What's going on? Judd here with Asphalt Kingdom. I'm here with a special guy, man. I remember when he first started out, Chris Welch, the striping guy, the one and only, bro.
Man, thank you,
Good
bro.
to see you,
Yeah,
man.
dude.
Dude, I'm worried he's gonna crush me every time he shakes my hand or hugs me, you know?
Look.
Man, he's crushing jobs though, and he's crushing his YouTube channel as well, man. What a journey that you've had so far, bro.
Yeah, it's been a real good journey, and it all started with you. In all reality, I mean, it all started with you. Picked up that Titan 3500, and it's funny because a couple days ago, I got a Facebook notification of a reminder of that machine that I got on that pallet when it was delivered to my place. It was a reminder, and I thought, man, it hasn't been that long that I'm getting those Facebook reminders, and it all started because of y'all. All right, y'all, we're at PAVE 2025. I've got the legendary Judd Burden here, and in today's video, we're gonna be talking about the AirBoss 300 and then also the AirBoss 750. Fixing to do a rig tour with both units. Judd here's gonna show us. Take it away if you can, show us.
Let's go on the inside, man. Let's unpack this. Chris, it's so good to be here with you, and I'm excited to show everyone about what we've started to engineer and develop to have a game changer in the industry, man. We wanted something that was going to be power packed, filled with performance to make sure you guys could go out and absolutely crush it. You know, we all say often, right? Like the equipment is the byproduct. The equipment is not what's going to make us truly successful. Believing in ourselves with the utmost conviction and having a plan that we execute on and having the right equipment to execute on is where you can absolutely nail lifelong accounts to help you build your business. So let's go ahead and uncover this 300. So you'll notice here that we have a strainer basket that's designed to filter out any unwanted chunks. As you're pumping your sealer from your system, it's gonna flow through all of your hoses. And as soon as it hits this strainer basket right here, you want to make sure you're filtering out any unwanted chunks from hitting your spray tip. There's nothing worse than a clogged tip that starts spraying sealer absolutely everywhere, which makes a complete mess, right? And also it's downtime. You know what I mean, Chris? Like you do not want downtime out on your jobs. It cuts away at your bottom line. You're not as profitable. So I wanted to show you that strainer basket as a starting point. We also have a different mesh strainer basket here depending on the emulsions that you're spraying. Some guys are spraying coal tar, some guys are spraying asphalt emulsions, different sand loads, etc. So we wanted to make sure to have that. In addition, we have a hose reel that's up here. You can see it's a manual crank hose reel. That manual hand crank hose reel prevents you from having bird's nests on your rig when you're starting to, wind up a hose on the side of the rig on hooks. It's a real messy look. As we get around here, we have your compressor right here. That of course is being powered by a 9.5 horsepower Kohler Command Pro, oil sensor alert in it. And of course you can regulate your pressure on your compressor here. You have all your ball valve handles that are on your rig as well, which is fantastic, super easy to move around. You've got a 1.5-inch dual diaphragm pump, so you can pump sand loads in there as well, 3 pounds of silica sand per gallon through your seal coat, applying that nice and smooth commercial grade, baby. And then of course up at the top, you've got a surge bottle. A lot of people don't know about surge bottles and the importance of it. When you see guys seal coating without a surge bottle, you get hourglass type patterns out of your spray tip, and that makes a really unpleasant looking finish. The surge bottle actually pressurizes, allows for a perfect professional fan pattern spraying down every single time. Of course, let's keep going around. You've got a compressor that's gonna be running your air through your system. And of course, you've got a water system here with a water pump, so you have water access as well, because safety first, you want to be able to flush out your eyes if you ever get seal coat in your eyes. Wash your arms off, wash your tank off, because you need to keep this baby nice and clean all the time. You're representing your business, super important. We've got the hydraulic agitation on this tank. This hydraulic agitation will do a full sweep, scraping the inner walls of the tank, making sure you have no sealer buildup, because Chris, what happens, dude, is if you don't have full paddle sweep, you get sealer buildup on the edges, it dries overnight, and guess what happens when you go to start your unit the next day? Those chunks, those solid chunks, roll down into your strainer basket, fill it up, make a mess, man. You're constantly having to pull that strainer basket out. So you want full sweep to keep it really, really clean. You'll notice that the staircase going up is super easy and accessible, so we can step right up onto the top. No issue at all. Once we're up here, you can see that we've got an inner and outer splash lid on this rig. I can't go on the other side right now because the cloth, the backdrop, but this particular lid is inner and outer splash lid to make sure when you're driving around that you don't have sealer splashing out all over the place. This is 300-gallon capacity. So every tank you're gonna lay down roughly around 15 to 25,000 square feet, depending on what you're applying. and that's per tank that you'd be able to go and lay down. We've got clients that are going out with these 300s, man, and they're laying down, 25,000 square footers like McDonald's, quick serve restaurants. They're nailing it, and they're laying it down too, guys, at like 40 cents a square foot for a double coat on QSRs, just to be clear. Crack sealing $1.25 a linear foot, nailing it. And then, of course, the striping guy offers an incredible coaching program, which we've been following too, man. And if you want to learn how to stripe, get the right pricing, and make tons of profit with the revenue roadmaps he has, that's where you go right there. But you also have great room on the front deck here as well, Chris. You can see, you can put your hedgehogs, your crack cleaners, your crack sealing machine, or your awesome Powerliner 3500S right on here. Just like the rig you started with, brother.
Yes,
you
sir.
know how it goes.
Oh, I do, yes, sir.
You've got tie downs, so your equipment's nice and secure on the deck as well. And then, of course, you've got your water tank right here to fill up your water, to be able to access your water at any point in time.
So the water tank is
right here underneath the deck.
here.
Yes, sir.
Very
nice and
interesting.
protected. It's beautiful, bro.
That's sick.
Yep. All these rails, all these guardrails can be removed at any point in time.
It's very sturdy. I like how it's very, very sturdy.
Sturdy rig. You've got your ramp on the side. We made it long enough so that, of course, you're not dealing with having to push something directly uphill. It's more of like a nice angle, because when you're pushing those stripers, you got to preserve those energies for those big gym days, bro. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. But that's the 300 AirBoss right there, Chris. So, if you're just starting out in the industry, and this is like, if you're looking at just getting started here, that 300-gallon unit on this trailer deck, come to Asphalt Kingdom, man. We've got some badass rigs to get you guys started with, no matter where you are. We've got financing options for you. And of course, you're gonna get a special discount too, because you're coming from Chris. He'll provide you with that discount code as well, right? So that's good news as well. We'll also unlock the Make It a Biz pack for you. That's $1,500. We'll give that to you for free, as well as part of Chris's montage,
Oh, baby, I like it.
So there's $1,500 in value plus a discount code. Cool. All right, so next we have the AirBoss 750. Not just any 750, by the way, Chris. This is a 750 Platinum, brother. This is the beasts of all beasts. It's the one that you actually hop on and you stand on, and all of a sudden you get supercharged. Your business goes to a whole new height. And I'm going to tell you why. Let's talk about the power pack performance in this machine. Over here, we've got a 14 horsepower Kohler electric start engine, oil sensor alert. This thing is next class and super, super clean and crisp operating. It's going to power up this pump. It's a quad cylinder pump, okay? This is the biggest pump in the industry and will create more pressure than what you would ever need. It's running at 50% capacity. When we start to supercharge this pump pressure, because we want to add a spray bar to the back of this thing, right, it will lay down that sealer. If you're going to do a 500,000 square feet or 1 million square feet, that spray bar will be pressurized at all time. No hourglass direct pressure on that asphalt. You'll be always laying down sealer at the most efficient and maximized fashion that you possibly can. Down here, you've got a big 30-gallon compressor with, Chris, check this out. You've got all kinds of different air valves on here. So if you wanted to put an impact gun on here and you wanted to change tires, you could do anything you want. Dude, you could run a mechanic shop right off this thing, legitimately.
This is heavy. How big of an air compressor is this?
This 30-gallon, man.
30
30-gallon, biggest pump class in the industry. There is no other company that has this kind of a pump that exists in our industry. It's a quad cylinder, oversized. Look at it.
That's phenomenal. Is this the whole pump together?
So this is the compressor system for air, the pressurized air system. So what we're going to do is we're going to move from the air, moving into the dual diaphragm pump and the hose reel and all that in the back. Let's go check this out.
This is amazing. When I look at other seal coating rigs, there's other places that we're looking at here in PAVE 2025. And when you're looking around at other booths, other stations, other units, other suppliers, when we're walking around, you're not going to see this anywhere else. You're here. This is unique, one of a kind,
100%.
Unlike anything else that you're going to see anywhere else in the expo. And Judd's walking us through it.
Let's do it. Let's go. So as we move over here, Chris, we'll check this out. Over here, all of your guardrails are removable, similar to the 300s and the 575s, because we do offer 300s, 575s, and 750s now, both gold and platinum versions, man. We've gone completely to the spot that we wanted to finally deliver to you guys. And it's time that you get served at that whole new level. Not just selling you guys equipment, but providing you with equipment and value that comes after to help you guys create inevitable success with your business. It's all about the after servicing. I don't want to be transactional. I want to build relationships and I want to create more success stories in the industry. The equipment's just a byproduct of that. So let's keep going through the equipment. Let's keep solving these pain points that have been around in the industry. Check this out. So we've got the 7-foot ramp, okay? 7-foot ramp swings down. You got a spring-loaded lever on here that's going to swing that ramp back up. You've got all your pins in it to be able to remove your ramp if you wanted to remove it. You have your rails. You've got your latches up top here. And this ramp right here, of course, once it's down, you can load up all your equipment, your stripers, your hedgehogs, crack cleaning machines. You can load up your Powerliner 3500s. Biggest deck size in the industry. Not just the biggest compressor pump in the industry, but the biggest deck size, because you guys have been screaming about having more space. Notice that a lot of rigs in the industry have the compressor and the pump that's up against the hydraulic end of the tank, which means that you're going to get your shirt caught. You're going to end up burning yourself on the exhaust. You're going to end up dealing with a bunch of stuff that you don't want to deal with. This deck is designed for you to store equipment that you can go out and actually make money with. So that's what we've done right here.
And not only that, but I really like what he mentioned about your shirt getting snagged or even maybe burning yourself. It's a safety mechanism that's put in place not only to protect you, but your personal assets, your company's assets, your employees, those that are working for you. What this does is adds an added layer of protection for not only yourself, but your business, your employees, and your customers. And this was designed with this in mind so you can always be safer, tougher, and better.
Exactly. So over here, let's go over to the hydraulic lever here. You've got forward, neutral, and reverse gearing on your hydraulics, okay? So you can actually operate your 4-paddle sweep agitation in here. The 4-paddle sweep is scraping away any sealer that's unwanted, right? Loose chunks you do not want floating down into the system and getting caught in your strainer basket and potentially your tips. You want to keep that tank nice and clean. This hydraulic agitation tank as well has a nice staircase. So you can see up here, it's built-in steps. I can actually walk right up these steps right here very, very easily to the top of my 750. And we can even, if we really wanted to go all the way to the top, you go right to the top up here, and then you're at the top of your 750. Not that anybody would ever do that, Chris, but you know my drift, right?
Right.
So up here you've got your
I'm anxious to see inside of it.
inner and outer splash lids. Look at this baby, bro.
Absolutely beautiful.
Immaculate, okay?
Yes.
Inner and outer splash lids. But look, you've got rubber seals on here as well, Chris. See this? Because you don't want sealers slopping out of your top of your tank when you're driving, brother.
Yeah.
See how these are pressed up against the side?
Yeah.
There's a 359 digital checkpoint that we go through before any of these units ship.
Yeah.
Like, we take this shit real seriously, brother. And we want to make sure that we're delivering something that's completely ready to rock and roll out in the lots, shipped right to people's door. You know what I mean?
So, yeah, I've never seen that in any other design. I have a seal coating unit, and it's definitely not in there, for sure.
You need it, bro. You need it. You need that inner and outer splash lid. So let's walk down. See how easy it was to get down off the top?
Yeah, very easy.
Cool. Let's take a look here. We've got a lockable storage and brush box in here. By the way, it's not just a brush box, man, where you can soak your brushes in the water. You've got your complete seal coat gun in here that is actually soaking in the water for you. A lot of other machines, man, they just leave that seal coat gun hanging off the back, and guess what? The seal coat's spraying out on the highway on other cars, and you don't want those liabilities, man. Plus, it's a representation of your business. You want to create remarkable experiences with what you're doing constantly.
Yeah.
It's called CARE, man. That's the acronym. Create a remarkable experience in everything you do. Gotta awesome. Do it, brother. So on this AirBoss 750 Platinum, you also have an air access. So you can actually have access to air anytime you want to blow tools off, you want to do anything with any kind of air that you need access to, it's there. You've also got a water pump on the back of this thing as well to have access to water. Just like the 300 and 575, you can flush your eyes, you can flush tools, keep your rig clean, you know what I mean? Like keep a cloth or a sponge, wash it off, have access to water. 60-gallon capacity of water built in under this trailer, 2 tanks. 60 gallons of water, guys. So if you want to dilute your material because the manufacturer spec'd that and you didn't have water at a plant or something, or you're moving totes over, you could always have access to your water, man. We thought of everything with this rig. All right, right over here, we got the strainer basket, super easy access yet again, octagonal shape on it. I mean, it's literally, most strainer baskets, guys, you would need tools, you need keys, you'd need wrenches to be able to access it. And look at this. Boom, done, you're open, right? Octagonal strainer basket. Ready to rock, man. Ready to rock. And look, you clean out your strainer basket. Remember, you got water on hand as well. But like you can literally, whoops, there we go. You're literally back in action immediately, man. There's no delays. You've got rubber seals on the top as well. Get ready to work. You've got your ball valve handles on every axis of this to make it super easy to function. Very, very easy. This hose reel right here is not just any hose reel. This hose reel is operated by air, okay? A lot of these seal coat rigs that are out there are operating off electric reels. What happens if your battery dies? If your battery dies, dude, and you have your hose out the whole way, what are you gonna do? You're gonna stand here and roll up. You know how much this weighs when you have 100 feet of hose out?
Yeah, probably a couple 100 pounds.
Yeah, dude, and so what, over here, I can just literally, my compressor will be charged.
It
rolls up the whole thing, even if my battery was dead, all right? We've got a drain connection on here with cam lock, male cam lock. We open up the wing tabs. We can drain our tank out super easy, right? It's very, very easy. Lock mechanism. All these hoses are all quick connects for easy cleaning. These are not sealed permanently, if you know what I mean. If I want to clean this hose out, I can remove it with the quick connects and away we go. We clean up our rig, we're ready to rock and roll, man. Thought of everything legitimately. Remember that pump, that oversized pump with that compressor? It's gonna pump so much air and pressure into this 2-inch pump right here, 2-inch dual diaphragm pump, that it will be able to push that seal coat out of here for our 8-foot spray bar that you're gonna be able to get here shortly right at asphaltkingdom.com, man.
Wow.
8-foot spray bar. You go lay a 500,000 square feet of seal coat, right? You wanna go around seal coating those parking lots, not just with a wand. You want a spray bar, dude. And so this is a 2-inch pump, 4 pounds of silica sand per gallon you can be pumping out, no issue at all. Oversized exhaust. What happens, Chris, is a lot of the time with the smaller exhausts, they end up frosting up. They ice up, like legitimately ice up, and you have pump stalls. Then you're sitting there for 15 minutes, you're having to take a torch and heat it, total pain in the butt. So we oversized it to make sure it never ices up on you. Do filter cartridges, FRLs, and we've got your surge protection bottle. So every time you go up, it is gonna go up in there, but you're never gonna get the hourglass patterns. It's always gonna be professional seal coated. Listen, the 750 AirBoss Platinum that we have is the new industry standard. It's not the old, it's the new. And we're thinking about things right now for the future with your guys' feedback to be able to serve you better. And that's really what it's all about, dude. Like, think about it, your YouTube channel, your business, my business, your businesses, customer feedback is absolutely everything. We're able to actually take your information that you're sharing with us so that we can get better to serve you. That's what it's all about, man.
Yeah, it's good. Man, Judd, thank you so much for the collab, bro.
It's good to be here with you, Chris.
All right.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Let's go.
Let's go. 750 rolling. Let's hook it up.